Okay, I don't know how I'm going to begin this. This is very unscripted. However, it's something that I've always been wanting to do.
You told me once to forget the past, because it doesn't matter. But nothing good came of it. There was no place for me to return to. This was the only place I could go.
If you've watched my previous videos on YouTube and have been an active subscriber or viewer, what have you, you would know that my YouTube channel focuses on photography, mainly film photography, and sometimes filmmaking, and sometimes projects that I create. And sometimes I'll vent here and there about mental health and my thoughts about life and the world. But I feel that as much as I make videos about those things, because those are things I'm interested in, and it's honestly what I do as a career. It's not a hobby. I do it full time, and when people assume that I do it as a hobby, I get taken aback because I've been doing it for years, but who knows? I guess that probably just shows how much they know me. And last year, in the month of December, I vlogged every single day of whatever it was that I was doing, whether it was skateboarding in my attic or repainting my room. I can't believe that was a year ago. And now those vlogs are gone. They're archived away. But it was just for my own sanity to be able to make videos that had nothing to do with photography or anything for that matter. And I think with this channel moving on forward, there are gonna be a lot of videos where I just talk to the camera and just share my thoughts. And it might not be everything that's going on in my life, but I feel that there is a part of me that I feel that has been always coming out in my projects, and people have messaged me or reached out and mentioned how they've resonated or related to whatever topics that are in my projects or in the videos where I speak sometimes about things. And I just feel like sometimes I just don't want to talk about photography or filmmaking. As much as I love it, it's what I do full time. It's not a hobby. And so for me, I feel that the amount of years that I've been active on YouTube, I've created an audience. And most of the time, I'm so surprised because you, whoever is out there watching, are all from different places, nowhere, sometimes not even close to where I live. And nor did I ever met you in person. But for some reason, you're here watching my video right now, and it speaks to you in some shape or form. And I'm thankful because you could be doing something else and you're instead watching this video. And I just feel that for the people who have reached out and have mentioned that something about what I do or what I say makes them feel things, or that I'm different than any other film photography YouTuber because I am very personal or authentic or whatever have you, or that I am vulnerable in my videos and I just don't talk gear and stuff like that. This is for you. So I decided that this year, or December at least, I don't know how long it'll continue, but I journal every day. Seriously, I journal every day to just keep myself intact in a sense of form of meditation. It helps me cope with how I'm feeling most of the time, especially if I'm not talking to anyone. And I feel that when I get asked all the time, like, how do you feel? Or how is it so easy for you to just speak on camera and put yourself out there on YouTube? And it's just because in reality, the irony is that a lot of people think, and I know this for a fact because I've been told this, and maybe the way how I project my life on social media seems that I'm doing the most, maybe most than others, and to me it seems like it's not a lot. Even though I might have a life where it seems like I'm doing a lot of things, there are many other days when I'm not talking to anyone, when my phone does not blow up with notifications, no one's asking me how I'm doing. And this is not to feel like a victim or for you to feel pity. It's just the truth. Most of the time I am alone and just reading a book or just studying and figuring out what else next is what I want to do in life. Or I'll be watching a lot of other films or movies out there. I'll sit in a movie theater by myself. I do those things to cope with everything that I'm feeling, and that's just me. But also, on the other hand, people don't know that I don't get invited to a lot of things, and I'm much more quieter in person because I'm more observant and I don't just trust anybody and everybody. And the best analogy I could use as a reference is that when you were younger, your parents would tell you not to get in a car with a stranger, and now in 2021 we pay people who are strangers to drive us around, which is weird, right? So for me, I still live very traditionally. I grew up in a conservative home. I don't just go out there and just trust anybody, if that makes sense. And so for me, I feel that people have this other image of me, and that makes sense because it's not even about like showing your best life on social media, because I don't want to say, my way of saying is like I get ripped apart. I get reached out or approached all the time for putting my feelings out there, for people telling me that I'm so cold or I'm so blunt because I'm so straightforward and confronting people and telling them how I feel or what bothers me, or telling them what's wrong, and telling them what they did to cause the pain that they did towards me, and putting it all out there in the public. I just don't have any fear. I just do it because that's what works for me, and I don't necessarily am saying that that's for everyone, but that's me. I feel that I'm someone who just really has a hard time living in this world because there's just so many people with different attitudes and different upbringings and different thoughts on how to just deal with however they want to live their life. And for me, it's just that this is how I am, and a lot of people like to tell me what I should do with my life instead of focusing on their own life. And it's hard, you know? It's hard when everyone else's eyes are on you, but then when you want them to be around, they're nowhere to be found. But for some reason, they have every comment and opinion about your actions, my actions. And so I've been getting better at just being on my own, being alone, doing what I want to do, and living the life and how I perceive it to be. And that's why when people ask me, how do I land brands to support what I do? How do they showcase what I do. It's because I am myself. I don't know how to be like anyone else. And I think it's even harder to act like I'm someone that I'm not. And so for me, I just reach out and I tell people how I feel. And if they are okay with it, then that's cool. If not, then I move on. I don't hold any resentment. I don't stick around and like make them feel even worse or something like that. I just go and continue on with what I am doing and how to get my work across. And so that's my honest strategy in life, is to just be myself. And it's crazy to think how many people out there are not themselves. And I'm not even talking about just being on social media. I'm just talking about in real life. There's just so many people that, you know, you ask them what they do or what they like, and then it's like they go off by your reaction sometimes. It's like the moment you show that you don't have any interest, it's like they change their answer or make up something else so maybe you'll like them more, or that you still would want to talk to them more. And for me, I'm just not about that. I don't have surface level conversations. I don't just talk to talk because I want to be on your good side. I really want to get to know you. And if you're not a good person, then I don't want to get to know you. And that's plain and simple. And so where am I getting off with this whole conversation? I think these are just some of the thoughts that I do have that I've been jotting down in my journal. And like I said, this is going to be a video journal of just how I've been feeling and my thoughts, and wanting to share it with you out there who watch my videos. And most of the time I don't even know who's watching. And when people do come up to me and tell me that they watch my videos, and I'm like, wow, didn't know that they watch my videos. And where else was I going with this? I just want to say really quick, on Instagram, if you're not on Instagram, this is me updating you. I made a story, a post about how I unfollowed a lot of film photography YouTubers, and people direct message me, DM in short, about it, and a lot of reactions, mostly positive, surprisingly. And I wasn't trying to make a big deal or make a scene. I just was so fed up because it's the truth. I don't follow that many film photography YouTubers as much as I did a year ago. And it's because I just feel that when I was doing my Creative Juice interviews and meeting other film photographers at meetups and photo walks, I would just hear, or they would tell me their true opinions and feelings towards other people in the film community, and pretty much would just be fake. And it's something that I obviously don't agree with. I obviously can't keep a poker face on my face. I can't lie. I can't hide my feelings. My face gives it away. And so knowing this information on how people really feel towards each other, and then when they are interacting with each other, they act like everything's all good and they say what's up. I hate that. I hate that shit. And for me, it's like, if you're just gonna stick around because you just want to be in the good graces of my presence, and then behind my back you just start saying stuff and making it seem like I'm not really your friend, and you think no one's gonna know that, I don't want to be a part of it. I'd rather just be by myself than being associated with someone who really doesn't like me, or says that they like my friends, but then in reality they don't. It's just a lot of drama in any sort of group or community, what have you. And I just get so turned off that I just stay away, focus on myself, focus on the content I'm making, focus on my life, because in the end of the day, that's all I have is myself. So that's all I have to say. And I'm not one to put people's business out there, so don't even bother asking me who I'm referring to. I just want to say that it's one thing if you're just watching someone's YouTube channel for the content that they make because you learned stuff about photography or what have you, or film and all that stuff. But if it's like liking a musician and you like their music but you don't really like them as a person, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like, I'll respect someone's work, but I really don't like them as a person, and I'm not gonna just follow them to just be like okay, and then in reality I don't really like them either. So it's just better off that I just don't associate. And that's not just with the film community, that's just with anybody that I just don't get along with or support. So that's where I'm at. And like I said, each video that I'm posting about my Diary of Joan series, it's all gonna be random, and they're just gonna be me venting and being personal about my thoughts. And if you guys have any questions or have any topics you want me to, I guess, address, you could leave it down below in the comments, and then in the next video I will respond, maybe, probably, who knows. So thanks again for watching. I know I want to be much more uplifting because I know people out there are living busy lives, and the last thing they want to hear is someone else's drama. Or maybe you do like watching reality TV and you like the drama. I don't know, what have you. But to end it on a good note, thank you for everything. If you've been someone who's been supportive in what I do and you don't hate my guts, then like I said, thank you. I wanted to share with you what I got for Black Friday, but I'll probably share with that maybe tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, this is very sporadic and spontaneous, and it feels good. It feels good to let that off my chest. So hope you guys have a good day wherever you guys are, and stay tuned till the next video. And thank you again for watching. Sayonara. It's the end of the video, so don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It will help me in the long run. Okay, bye.